How old are you?
I'm 21.
Do you have a car?
Yes, I do.
Would you date a man who didn't have one?
Absolutely. Who gives a fuck about any of that shit, genuinely? Who gives a fuck? No one gives a fuck what you drive. No one gives a fuck what you wear. If you're a good person and if you're the right fucking dude, you'll find the right fucking guy. I mean women.
Hold on. So if you met a man out here and then he told you, yo, I don't have a whip, you'd still want to take it
I
further?
say you need a ride to the airport? I got you.
You pick him up for the first date too?
Of course.
If I made 50K, would that be enough for you?
No girl that actually gives a shit, gives a fuck about how much you make a year.
So why do so many women make money the main point?
Because they're not the one.
It's all good, baby. I mean, I ain't gonna handcuff you. You know what I mean? If you wanna be out there, be free, baby. You know, I ain't tripping.
The best sloppiest oral that you can possibly pull out. Okay, I'm talking stick it all the way to the back end of your throat, breathe through your nose, and slowly pull it out. Okay.
Excellent.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
A good man is a prize. There's no endless supply of good men out here. The dating pool is full of piss and shit. So if you do luck up and find a good man, you better hold on to him and treat him right. It's okay to do for a man who does for you. Men want to feel appreciated. They want to feel loved. They want to know that you find them attractive. They have wants and needs just like us. It's okay to spoil a man who's spoiling you. If you have the mindset of, I'm not doing anything for a man, I'm the prize, he should do everything for me, you're probably going to end up alone. Everything is not about you.
I want to examine that. Why? What part of taking care of a man irks your brain? Because I know a lot of women, when they hear stuff like that, they have the same reaction you do. So I'd like to examine that. What about why doing something nice for a man? Why is that a problem?
Because men are not the prize, Seth. Men are not the prize.
Let's examine that.
Like you approach the question in such a way that it seems like men are this fucking prize, but they're not a prize. You know.
Well, think about it like this. Ultimately, if one of us had to be the prize, are you familiar with the term putting something onto the? What do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
Well, before, like I said, with modern people, with our age people, we kind of have this thing of saying stuff that we don't really know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people used to say, "What do you bring to the table?" That was a literal statement, meaning like, on this wooden table, what can you put down that's worth me being with you?
Mm-hmm.
So in a modern sense of asking someone that question, if a man was to say, "What do you bring to the table?" As a woman, what would you say? Because a man,
any woman with this mindset is going nowhere. She's going nowhere fast.
To the table, I would say that, and that's enough. And if that's not enough for him, then he's not the man for me.
So love is enough for him, but love is not enough for you. He needs to have money, and he needs to be good looking, and he needs to be able to provide. So love isn't enough for a woman. She needs more than just love.
Huh?
What do you mean by that? So love is not. So all a woman has to do is love you, but a man has to give more than that. Love is not enough for a woman.
No, it's not enough for a woman. Love's not going to pay the bills. That,
All right. No, I'm glad you said that. So
if you
show
me a store that accepts love as a currency, then
I'm glad you said that. I'm very glad you said that. So if we're talking about who the prize is, if all I get is a girlfriend, a wife, a woman, a flesh and bones, that's all I get. But in exchange, not only does she get flesh and bones and love, she gets protected, she gets cared for, and she's given a family.
Occasionally cheated on because it's just in men's nature.
What the hell does that have to do with the conversation? You have to be a patient man to have conversations with random women. You have to be very patient. So shout out to this brother for being as patient as he is.
His nature to cheat.
Actually, no, it's not. Yes,
it is. Yes, it is.
Actually, logic would disagree with that. So, for example, this is why most men develop psychosis, is because they've been taught from an early age that they're supposed to be emotionally vulnerable, and they're supposed to be all into their girlfriends and stuff like that. And the reason why why a lot of men are having issues right now is because for men, it's like this. The truth is, women are the gatekeepers of sex. Women have all the power there. Men can't have sex with you unless you allow them to. But men are the gatekeepers of relationships. It doesn't matter how much you want to be with us. We don't have to be with you if we don't want to be with you. We have to decide to bond ourselves to you. And in exchange for that bond,
women can't do the same. You say like women can't decide to be with someone, you know?
you can, but this is why they have so many single moms and everybody's so single right now. It's because men are the gatekeepers of relationships. You as a woman have the power when it comes to sex. If I want sex from you, I can't get sex from you unless you give it to me. But as a woman, you cannot get love from me unless I give you that love. You can't get my.
But I think it works vice versa, because I cannot give love to you if I don't want to give you that love.
Men are really done dating. Luckily, I have someone, but most men are done dating, and I don't blame them. Women get on the internet constantly, consistently disrespecting good men, hardworking men, just because they getting their heart broken by Pookies and Ray Rays. Probably me back in the day, but hey, this what y'all chose.
You know?
As a woman, now this is where men and women are not the same. Because think about it like this. If we're the same in any way, who has more worth then, according to your own logic? If we're the same, all you do is show up, but I have to have all of these amazing traits. I have to be a great person, and all you have to do is have a vagina.
They're not amazing traits. They're basic traits to have.
Yeah.
Traits to have.
So if on a basic trait level, all women do is be pretty, but men have to be able to protect and strong.
He cooking that girl hibachi style.
And all this stuff. Who's worth more? Who's the prize?
First of all,
Hold on.
you know what you gotta also think about.
Who's the prize, yo?
A lot of the times, high earning men who actually bring things.
Shut up, bitch!
Make it such a big.
We on the road to 500 subscribers. If you like what you're seeing, leave me a like, leave me a subscribe, or leave me a comment down below. Let me know if I'm all cap or big facts. Pete.
Deal that they have to cook and clean for their husbands because that's so degrading and they're so above that. Yet the maids or nannies or cleaners that they hire, that they'll pay pennies on the dollar for to do that, that's okay. That's feminism for you. Less than minimum wage those ladies make. That's feminism for you. They will يتكبروا على cooking for their husband and their children. The food that is their sustenance, that's going to keep them going, should be made out of love. I cannot explain to you how اللقمة من إيد أمي, bro, ما بتسوى الدنيا. Like, it just بتسوى الدنيا, sorry. Like, nothing is worth that. And you are acting all high and mighty and above that, like you're doing God's good work, you know? But you'll pay a girl who left her family to come pay her crumbs for her to barely live on it and send it back to her. That's feminism for you, by the way. This is why I say I'm anti-feminism, because that's literally what feminism is, in a nutshell. And fight me all you want in the comments. I'll give you a million other examples why I'm against feminism.
I really didn't know cooking for your man was a problem.
Or bizarro world. Because how is cooking and providing anything for your family as a woman is slavery? Like, as a man, I feel good when I can provide things for my family, my kids, my girl, you know what I'm saying? So, as a woman, to provide for your family should be a thing for you more than for me. But
so this was my morning. Jonah wasn't home. I just cooked me and my man a little bit of breakfast. I personally wanted eggs, waffles, and some turkey bacon, so I got right to it. This girl commented, she was like, ooh, something about doing all of this for a man, and he just gotta sit down, don't sit right with me. And I'm like, girl, doing all of what? Cooking breakfast? something I would do whether he was here or not because I'm pregnant and I be hungry.
Women keep women single. They do their best to make sure other women are single, get single, stay single. So this woman says she's pregnant. She doesn't work. Her man pays all the bills. And she said that there were just women in her comment section for her, cooking for her man, saying that it was just a problem with her doing that. All that work she had to put in. I literally, me and my family right now, we're in Orlando. Family trip, family vacation. I woke up this morning. I made pancakes, eggs, and sausages. It took me 10 to 15 minutes. And then after I did that, I left because the Airbnb we got don't got too many cups. So I left and went to Walmart and got cups and bought my wife some coffee and all the stuff she needed to buy coffee and all this stuff. Like breakfast literally took me 15 to 20 minutes. Some of these women just feel like that you should treat your man like trash. Talking about all that work. Breakfast literally take 10 to 15 minutes tops to make. While her man is going out every day, bringing home the money to pay all their bills for her to live a soft life. Like, y'all really try to keep these women single. It's okay that you're unhappy and you're miserable, but don't put that off on other women because clearly she's happy with her man, her life, and what they got going on. They're like, oh my God, oh, you're cooking and you don't have a ring. Like, they will find any excuse because she said she don't mind cooking. It wasn't that big of a deal. And they're like, oh my God, well, you don't have a ring. Da-da-da-da. Gonna always be something with these women because they're never satisfied, because they're always miserable, and misery love company. They're going to do their best to make sure other women are miserable with them, that other women are single with them. Not just women, everybody. They try to make us men miserable too. But a lot of us be like, it's whatever. We just gonna let you be miserable.
I love to see him eating the meal that I cooked. I love seeing him sleep easy. Like every night, like clockwork, I scratch this man's back to sleep. And I know when he's asleep because I can tell when his breathing changes. And some people might think that's psychotic, but that's like, I just know that's when I'm like, oh, I can stop now. But I find joy in being your rest.
What does a submissive woman do for her man?
Everything.
What does that mean?
All the things that he wants, and like I pretty much read his mind. So it's like if I'm
the small things like that, scratching your back, rubbing your head, you know what I'm saying? Hey, she cold.
I know you and I study you. Like I know how you are in the morning. I know how you are about midday. I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man. And I've been known to love people back to health. And sometimes it's very draining, but my love is my superpower. And I used to hate that about myself. But now it's like, I'm just embracing it. Like that's who I am. Like if I love you, I can heal you.
Like as a submissive person, what do you have to be mindful of to ensure you're not being taken advantage of?
I love to.
I said we're on the road to 500 subscribers. So if you like what you saw, hit that like and the subscribe button. Oh yeah, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you felt about the content. Peep!
You know how to hold a real nigga down? You can't even hold yourself down, baby. And consider this my love letter to you. Cause you know, like I said before, it's a cold world